Fat D's, I love them. It's good to be back in the Bay. I've been down in LA for a little bit. It's so raw, the emotion is so real up here. It's just real life, you know? You don't get that down in LA a lot. Like just on the BART ride over here, doors opened, homeless lady came on, just addressed the passengers. And lo and behold, I had shit myself. It's real life, you know? I like that. That's action reaction. A bum would never admit they shit themselves in LA, okay? Because it's not cool. There's reputations to uphold, all right? It's not trendy. It's not trending at the moment. It's a trendy place down there. The first thing people said I had to do when I went down to LA, before finding an apartment, before getting a job, before just generally exploring the area, Pinkberry, you gotta go check out Pinkberry, new yogurt craze, coming at you, Pinkberry. Man, why is yogurt constantly being reinvented? Like, it was fantastic 20 years ago when I was a youth and there was just 2 flavors to choose from. You know, I realized things change. They do, I've accepted some of them. Early 90s, Danimals started putting sprinkles in there. I accepted that, who doesn't like sprinkles? Late 90s, Go-Gurt. I got on board with that, an amazing marketing campaign, why not? Yogurt on the go, sure. They want me to pay $8.50 for imported goji berries now from the mountains of Shanghai. I don't need that crap on my yogurt. I'm not trying to charge expensive fruit to my credit card, you know, it's embarrassing. I don't want to read that on my monthly statement. But I went just to get people off my back. I went in there, went in line, immediately overwhelmed by my toppings choices. Lady behind the counter asked me, "Can I help you?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's my first time here at Pinkberry. Just give me a minute, I'm a little overwhelmed." She went, "Oh, it's your first time here at Pinkberry? Well, why don't you let me tell you a little bit about the history then?" And what I should have responded was, "Whoa, no." Actually, that might be the last thing I ever wanted to learn about in my lifetime. The history of a yogurt shop. But no, go ahead, the floor is yours. Okay. Well, Pinkberry was started back in 2005 out in West Hollywood by the cutest little Asian couple. And did you know, it became so popular that people were willing to get a $60 parking ticket just to buy a $5 cup of Pinkberry yogurt? Can you believe that? That's crazy, right? I was like, yeah, it is pretty crazy. You're telling me like regular folk, people like you and me who don't make that much money, were willing to get a $60 parking ticket. Okay, who the hell was in your line? What'd you have? Scrooge McDuck? Huh? Did you just have Mr. Monopoly park a Scottish Terrier in the red zone? Take out his monocle, look at the sign and say, it's nothing to a boss. All I need is me Pinkberry. I got a friend, Greg, who steals shit from the Goodwill store. He's not trying to pay $2.50 for acid wash jeans. He's definitely not trying to pay $65 for a cup of yogurt. It's not real life. Living in a fantasy land down there. What am I talking about, though? I'm a manny. Yeah, silence. That's a male nanny, for those of you who didn't put that together. You know what? I don't need that crap from you guys, all right? You're going to give me crap for that. That's a legitimate job, all right? Parents are at work all day. Okay, they need their kids taken care of. Okay, I had to go through a strenuous 7-step interview process to become a male nanny. Okay, I was given a 20-minute psychological evaluation by a former certified police officer from Detroit. Okay, this is true. He called me at 7 in the morning. One of the first questions he asked me was, when was the last time you smoked marijuana? I thought that was irrelevant, so I gave him a silly answer. And then, by the way, just for future job applicants, don't be silly in a job interview. No one likes silly answers when you're trying to get a job. But I went, it had to be that crazy freshman year of college. And you could kind of tell I was joking. You know, look, sir, let me run a hypothetical by you. Let's say you're working for SoCalManny.com as a Manny, okay? And you're shepherding around one of our youth, one of our toddlers. And you're in a car. You get pulled over for running a stop sign. California roll, classic maneuver with you folks out there. You have a dime bag on your person. That makes SoCalManny.com look pretty stupid now, doesn't it, sir? Like, whoa, man, yeah. And that incredibly inaccurate hypothetical you just posed, I guess. But I would never have a dime bag on my person. Of course I would strap it to the inner thigh of the kid's cargo pant. They would never check there. I have a baby seat in the back of my Subaru now. It's my life. I just drive little kids around now. They're just in there in the back seat, telling me to change radio stations all the time. You know, having a baby seat can go one of two very different ways with women. They either think you're very mature and responsible, or they think you're a huge pedophile who, for whatever reason, is really concerned with child safety regulations. I'm not sure which one I'm more comfortable with at this moment. Hey, you guys, you might like to know this. I just found out how to make my parents proud of me. Yeah, do you guys want to know my secret? You want advice on how, I mean, because we all want that as kids, right? To make our parents proud, right? Okay, so what you do is you spend $80,000 of their hard-earned money, enroll yourself in a 4-year university such as UC Santa Cruz. Yeah. Sure, yeah. After spending the first 2 years smoking weed in your pajama pants and taking a strenuous course load with classes like Jim Henson's Muppet Magic and cave exploration with Professor Schroomberg, you decide the best course of action would just major in East Asian history. Why not? You found the Chinese people funny. And you graduate with your big fancy diploma, move on down to LA, and become a male nanny. The silence on the other end of that phone call will be deafening. I don't think I've quite come to terms with my reality yet as a nanny. Or I should say, maybe I have. It happened in the first 2 weeks. I went to pick the kid up from school. I was a couple of minutes early, so I sat on this bench next to these lovely Latina women. And I'd obviously encroached on some sacred ground, because when I sat down, they all started chatting in Espanol amongst themselves. But see, they didn't know I've taken a couple classes, okay? I've studied in Granada. I could understand what they were saying, and it was all innocent. You know, who is this guy? What is he doing here? But I knew they were talking about this gringo. So I decided to introduce myself to break the tension. But I didn't do it in Spanish. I chose English. And I did it in like the most kind of like commanding, like Plymouth Rock settlers English you could kind of like muster up. Like, hello, I'm Andrew Nackaroo. Nice to meet you, ladies. And there's a long pause. And one of them looked at me and just goes, welcome to the nanny club. Oh, that's the nanny club. Why is that the first thing you think of when you see me? Like, I could be a kid's cousin, an uncle, a brother. Look, I have chest hair. I'm a man. I could be rearing one of those idiots running around. Like, but I humbly accept your offer to be part of the club. It's fantastic. It's nice to be part of the club, isn't it? It's great. We meet on Tuesdays and make tacos in Gloria's house and talk about our abusive husbands. It's cathartic. And Inception. Anyone want to see Inception? Nice. Is the top still spinning? Is it? Yes, no, I haven't seen the movie. The hell lied to me. Dreams, though. Dreams are pretty crazy. If given the choice, though, I wouldn't dream. I wouldn't do it. That's a bold statement. I see a lot of sad faces out there in the crowd. Oh, don't you like it when your mind takes you on a magical journey? It's like a movie. No, I don't like that, okay? Because my mind does that every day when I'm awake and conscious. And it is just like a movie, but just a really crappy one. It's like a Brendan Fraser movie being played constantly in my head. Mummies 1 through 6 in Dolby surround sound. And there's no end to it. You know, it's just a bunch of mundane thoughts that go through our head all day. You know, I want to go on vacation. I want a new job. I want to cook dinner, but I don't want to cook anything but pasta. Like, blah, blah, blah. I think that's true for a lot of people. So forgive me if when I lay my head down to rest at night, I merely want to relax and recharge for the next day's barrage of crap. But no, the brain always has different plans, doesn't it? I doze off. 5 minutes later, wake up! I just took a whole bunch of mescaline. You didn't, but I did. Hope you're ready for a freak show journey. Yeah? No, you're not? All right, well, I'm amped, revved up, and ready to go. Hope you like impending death scenarios, because I'm going to have a gay ostrich chase you for the next 8 hours. Hope you're fast. No, I'm not fast in my dreams. I always get caught, okay? It's not okay to wake up as a grown man drenched in your own sweat because you're scared to the point of death. My generation sucks. That's right, talking about my generation. If you guys, I'm 24, if you guys are anywhere close to my age, you suck. I suck. We're useless, and we're nothing but overprivileged, pseudo-creative pussies. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I know you guys haven't heard that word in a while, but we are. We're dependent on everyone. I've been waiting for something cool and progressive to happen in my generation for a long time, and I don't think it will. I don't think we have it in us. I don't. What do you guys think makes a cool generation? What makes it memorable? To my mind, it's the drugs, it's the music, and the mark they leave behind on society. Let's do a quick review, shall we? 1960s, PCP, every other drug imaginable to mankind. The Stones, the Beatles, psychedelic rock, legit, check. 70s, heroin, yeah, heroin. Funk, Thelonious Monk. Motown, soul, check. 80s, pushing it a little bit there, but great cocaine generation. 80s punk, 80s rock, distinct music choices. 1990s, have you guys heard of Pac and Biggie? I think so. Incredible hip hop, incredible weed. Nirvana, grunge music. 21st century. Present day, our generation's time to shine. What do we get? What is the legacy we build? What are we going to leave behind? Antidepressants, Kesha, and Facebook? Are you fucking kidding me? Techno mashups, crystal meth, and Twitter? That's what we get? That's what people read about us in the history books? Like when I listen to my parents or anyone from the 60s reminisce about their times back then, it's like listening to a lost chapter from the Lord of the Rings trilogy or something, you know? It's like, hey, you remember when we went down to Bordemir's bungalow apartment and dropped all that acid and then like ate those burritos with sour cream? That was pretty crazy. And then we like met up with the Black Panthers and marched on City Hall and won that free speech movement or whatever, and like secured those rights for black people while dodging tear gas canisters. That was a crazy Tuesday. A Tuesday? Your lives are so much crazier than mine is. Like, what am I gonna reminisce about when I'm that old with my friends? You know, it's like, hey, you remember that one YouTube video where there's that cat and he was playing piano, that one song? You remember that? That was pretty funny, huh? Yeah. Well, you guys have been great. I think I'm gonna step off here.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Andrew Knackert, everybody.
Yeah!
Yeah, take a second. Just remind